Hello and welcome to Catchy Pest Control's video, how to use the 4-gallon Flowzone sprayer with Ecovia at a Veolia account. What's up guys? This week is our video on how to use the Flowzone sprayer. The first thing we're going to do is take it out of its protective tank. This should be used when transporting the Flowzone from site to site. When lifting the Flowzone, especially if there's a lot of fluid in there, you're going to grab the handle. The handle is actually behind the Flowzone. It was just hard to see in this video, so I added that. And now we're going to set it up so that we can add some pesticide to it. For mixing chemicals, we make sure we have all our PPE on. We have a hat, we have long sleeve shirts, we have gloves, and goggles. So I'm going to remove the lid and we're going to start adding water. We add 4 gallons to the tank, and we use a ratio of 1 gallon for every 2 fluid ounces of Ecovia. So that's a really high ratio, and that's our formula for the Veolia accounts. So it's 2 fluid ounces for every 1 gallon. In a 4-gallon tank, we're going to add 8 fluid ounces of Ecovia. You need to be really careful how you put on the backpack. We like to have it up high in the truck, and then you're going to lean into it, get yourself set up, make sure that the straps are straight and comfortable. You're going to clip on the chest, and then you're going to clip on the hip. Now that your backpack is on comfortably, you're ready to get started spraying. You're going to become familiar with the nozzle. This has an attachment on the tip, which is adjustable. You can actually change the settings, and then of course the trigger. Be careful not to press the trigger unless you're ready to actually start spraying. We're going to first check the wind and make sure that the wind is going in a direction against our back. We want the spray to be drawn away from us as we're spraying, so we're going to be very careful checking the wind constantly. Some days it's too windy and just some times of the day. So if it is too windy, you're going to have to stop spraying. We want you to be very careful spraying. So just make sure that the mist is not getting on you while you're moving. There are a few really good techniques for spraying. One of them is the backwards walk, where you will spray in front of you as you're making your way. Do not spray near cars. If you have to, do a very controlled short spray around the vehicle. At the Veolia locations, the most important thing that we could do is spray around the fence line. We want to do like a 3-foot perimeter around the fence where somebody's going to be walking. Make sure you're doing both sides of the fence and getting all the vegetation as much as you can with the pesticide. You're going to be spraying the fence lines, and that's really important to try to create a barrier between the property and the forest where the ticks will be living and making their way through. When we're spraying a building, we're doing a perimeter treatment. We're going to pay special attention to breeding areas. These are areas that are cool, moist, out of the wind. These are the areas where mosquitoes and ticks would like to live, and that's why we want to focus on those areas. When servicing a building, we're trying to create a perimeter around the building that insects really can't live or survive through. We're going to finish up with what pesticide we have left. Of course, doing the gates again. It is really important, I think, that the gates get treated. Taking off the backpack is the same as putting it on. We want to set it down in the truck. It shouldn't be very heavy now. There shouldn't really be any pesticide left, but it's still a lot easier taking it off that way. And then we're going to put it back into its travel case so that we can move to the next account. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. I enjoyed making it for you. If you have any questions, please reach out to Brendan at 212-334-3437. Thanks again for watching. Have a great day.